everybody, I'm Bishwa Karki, known as Karki. Today I'm talking about some of the tips and tricks that are needed when you do vocabulary section, especially synonyms or antonyms. Tips and tricks may not always work, but it's better to know them. It's better to know them so that you can use them whenever you feel certain difficulties. Here we go. So the first thing that you have to do is understand the context. If words are given in context, you have to understand the context. Let us see. These people broke down when their houses were confiscated by the government. Let us see the phrase broke down. These people broke down when their houses were confiscated by the government. And we need a synonym of this phrase broke down. And we've got the options here. Number A, were divided, were fragmented, were hurt, were crushed. Well, these people were divided, were fragmented. No, it doesn't give sense. You know, look at the term confiscated. What do you mean by confiscated? Taken away by the government. Taken. You know. So when your property is taken without paying any money, do you feel divided, fragmented, or hurt? Naturally hurt. So this is wrong. This B is also wrong. And this is also wrong. Not crushed, but were hurt. So option C is correct. One verb may have different meaning. That is why we should know the context. One verb or one word may have different meanings, you know. So we need to know the context. Let us see the second sentence. They broke down the total expenditure into different headings. So they divided, calculated, estimated, circulated. Expenditure, this is not a notice to circulate. Outright, you can correct. Estimated and calculated, they are synonyms. If B is correct, C also must be correct. So these two are also wrong. So here, broke down means divided. Also to say classified. You know, this much money for food, this much money for clothing, this much money for entertainment. Like this, you divide the total expenditure into different headings. So here, divided refers to, or divided means classified. Right? So this is correct. Now let us see the third use of broke down. My car broke down on the way to my house. My car got injured. A car is not a human being to get injured. My car got divided. No, it's not expenditure to get divided. My car came to grief. A car is a non-living thing. It cannot feel grief or sadness or happiness. So this is also wrong. So which one is the correct answer? My car broke down on the way. Here broke down means ceased to work. Ceased to work means stopped functioning. Stopped functioning. Yes, this is the right answer. So, these three examples make it clear that one word can have different meanings. So, how can you understand the different meanings? You need to know the context. It is through the context that you can guess the meaning, or that you can make out the meaning of the sentence, or that you can make out the meaning of the given phrase or word, you know. So contextualization is very important. Understanding the context, I mean It is very important. Well, let us see the next one. Another thing that you have to understand is suffixes and prefixes. Something added at the front, that is prefix. Something added at the end of a word, that is suffix. For example, im plus possible. Impossible. What is it? This is prefix. Care plus less. What is it? Careless. Care plus less, careless. So this is suffix. And this care and this possible, they are root words. This is root. And this is also root. When you understand the word formation, or when you understand, suffix and prefix, it is easy for you to find synonyms or antonyms because certain suffixes give certain meanings. Similarly, certain prefixes give certain meaning. So once you know the root and suffixes or prefixes, you can easily make out, the correct answer. You can easily select the correct answer. How is it? Let us see with examples. That would be better. Let me talk about the first example. When I approached my friend Jenny, I was shocked. At her unusual behavior. Look at the term. I was shocked at her unusual behavior. This one. On, in, ab, im, dish, mish. So these are negative prefixes. These are negative prefixes. My point is, these prefixes give negative words like able, unable. Able, unable. Similarly, ability, inability. Ability, inability. Similarly, other prefixes, these other prefixes give negative meaning. So, here unusual, how has the word been formed? Let us see. U-S-U-A-L, usual. Usual means normal. And usual can be changed into unusual with the prefix on. On, U-S-U-A-L, unusual. So the opposite of usual, or this antonym of usual is unusual. Similarly, think of the antonym of normal. So the antonym or the opposite of normal is abnormal. So you can easily make it out. Usual means normal. Therefore, unusual means abnormal. Is that clear? Usual means normal. Opposite of usual is unusual. Similarly, opposite of normal is abnormal. Therefore, unusual and abnormal, they are synonyms. So you can easily make it out. So exotic, no, it's not correct. Exotic means very, very attractive. Remember, dear students, it is not only the correct answer, but also the incorrect options that you have to understand. You have to know why the other options are not correct in this context. That's what you have to understand. Exotic means very attractive. Very attractive, wonderful, because this is a spatial, or very spatial, so to say. So, unusual doesn't mean very spatial. Extraordinary, something that is above ordinary. This is also not correct. Independent, here also you have in plus dependent. Here you have extra plus ordinary. Independent, something or someone who is not dependent. Something which is not dependent on anything, or someone who is not dependent on anyone or anything. So that is independent. So it doesn't mean so. I've already shown you the relation here. Usual means normal. The opposite of usual is unusual. Similarly, the opposite of normal is abnormal. Therefore, unusual means abnormal. I've already shown the relation, so the correct answer is C. Now, let us see the next one. Next example. Here, never ever in my life have I seen such a merciless person. Let us see how the word merciless has been used and what could be the other words related to merciless. And here you have to find antonym, not synonym. Remember, mercy, this is the root word. Mercy means kindness. Merciful, from mercy you can have the word, you can derive the word merciful. Merciful means kind. You don't write kindful, kind. Okay? This one is noun, this one is noun. This one is adjective, this one is adjective. Opposite of merciful is merciless. So opposite of kind, the opposite of kind, cruel, brutal. So merciful means kind. Opposite of kind is cruel. So opposite of merciful is merciless. Therefore, opposite of kind can be merciless, cruel, brutal. So let us see. So merciless, cruel, brutal, they are same. So let us see. Merciless means cruel. This is synonym. It's not correct. Merciless also means brutal. This is synonym. It's not correct. Liberal, no. Someone who is not very strict, that is liberal. It's not correct. But remember, what are the synonym of kind? Kind equals to merciful equals to generous. Kind means merciful. Kind means generous. Now you have to find the opposite. Opposite of kind, merciful, generous. You know, opposite of kind, merciful, generous, they all are merciless, brutal. So you can easily find the answer now once you see this. You know, once you know one word, you can know many other words, and you can see Opposite of merciless is generous. You know, that's it. So once you know one word, you can find many other words. So similarly, opposite of mercy is what? Cruelty. Opposite of merciful is cruel. So opposite of this mercy is cruelty. So opposite of kindness is also cruelty or brutality. So you can see the range of all vocabulary together so that it comes out to be easier for you. Let me make it clear once again. Look. Kind, opposite, cruel. Right? Synonym of kind is merciful. Opposite, merciless. Alright? Now let us see synonym. Kind, synonym, generous. So, kind, opposite, merciless. So look, kind, synonym, generous. Kind and generous, they are same. So opposite of kind is merciless. Therefore, opposite of generous is also merciless. So opposite of merciless is generous. Easy. He is very generous. Therefore, he gives away whatever he has. He is very, very kind. Therefore, he gives me money whenever I'm in need. Like this, you have to make your own sentences. Once you make your own sentences and practice a lot, it comes out to be easier for you to solve vocabulary questions, Now, another thing to understand is parts of speech. Remember, be it synonyms or antonyms, the given words must be in the same parts of speech. My point is, adjective, synonyms or antonyms must be adjectives. Nouns, synonyms or antonyms must be nouns. Verbs, synonyms or antonyms must be verbs. Adverbs, synonyms or antonyms must be adverbs. Part of speech, it means you have to see the same parts of speech. Let us see. Beauty. Beauty, this is noun. So its synonym cannot be pretty. Its synonym must be prettiness. And similarly, beautiful. This is adjective. So its synonym must be pretty. Because both of them are adjectives. This is also noun, this is also noun. This is also adjective, this is also adjective. So similarly, antonyms also in the same way. Ugly. This is adjective. So its opposite or antonyms must be beautiful. You can't write beauty. Beautiful, correct, because this is adjective. If you write beauty, this is noun. So adjective and nouns cannot be synonymous. Wrong. So you have to see the same parts of speech. you must know which part of speech the given word is. And then, you can erase some of the options that are not the same parts of speech and see the other alternatives, other options, so to say. All his efforts went abortive. Abortive, what part of speech is it? Adjective. Now see other options. Infertility. Fertility is noun. Infertility is also noun. So cross this because this is a noun. Produce. This is a verb, so this also cannot be correct. Now you have only two options here. They are futile and deep. Something that is not useful at all. Futile. This is adjective. Fine. Another deep. This is also adjective. Now which one is correct? Now go with meaning, See the differences of meaning. Deep. Can efforts be deep? Deep efforts? No. All his efforts went deep? No. It doesn't give sense. So the answer must be futile. All his efforts went abortive means all his efforts went futile. So this is what is synonym of futile. Is that okay? Now let us see some more examples through exercises. Here we have an exercise that gives some example. The tobacco has an acrid taste. What kind of taste? Acrid taste. Acrid, that this is, taste is noun. Before noun, this word is adjective. Now let us see, what the options are. Bitter, this is also adjective. Nice, this is also adjective. Excellent, this is also an adjective. Blunt, this is also adjective. So which one is correct? Now let us see the meaning. If nice is correct, excellent also must be correct. So nice and excellent, both of them are positive. So they cannot be. And our general knowledge says that tobacco does not have a good taste. So we have two options. A, bitter. B, blunt. Do you know blunt? Something that is not sharp. Something that is not sharp is blunt. So you can't use blunt with taste. My point is the adjective blunt does not collocate with taste. Blunt means not sharp. Not sharp. So this is not correct. So your correct answer is bitter. That's the synonym. Another way to understand synonyms or antonyms is to see the sentence structure. Certain verbs, certain words demand certain structures. And if they are used in other structures, they don't give sense. Let me tell you. Let me talk about one, suggested. The word suggest is either followed by a noun or ing form or that clause. He suggested an idea, noun. Let us see this. Suggest. It has got certain distinct, structures like suggest plus. What can you write? Either noun or gerund. Gerund means ing form. Or another that clause. For example, he suggested an idea. means he gave an idea. Another, she suggested going on a picnic. Next one, clause. He suggested that we go on a picnic. We should can be used or can be omitted. We go on a picnic. So, if you replace admonished with suggested, you don't have that structure. Look, her boss suggested her against being late for work again. When you are late for work, you don't suggest anything wrong. Right? Similarly, see the structure of the verb tell. Tell is followed by noun or pronoun plus either that clause or to infinitive. For example, he tells me that I'm handsome. He tells me that I'm handsome. So the word tell is followed by that clause. Another to infinitive. He tells us to be quiet. To be quiet. He tells us to be quiet, okay? So even tell cannot work here because we don't have that structure. The structure is tell plus object plus that, or tell plus object plus to infinitive. So suggested is wrong. Told is also wrong. Explained. Explained also does not go with this. Explained the topic. There has to be direct object. You know, explained us the topic. No. Explained us the problem. No. So even explained is not correct. So which one is correct? Her boss admonished her against being late. Warned. Admonished means warned. How do you know? Because you have here against. Because the word warn can be followed by against. He warned us against corruption. Look, means he wanted us to know that we should be aware of corruption. He warned us against corruption. So the word warned can be followed by against. So sometimes even the sentence structure suggests you which can be a synonym or an antonym. All right, now let us see another. So, the audience applauded at the end of the concert. Praised? No, it's not correct. Applauded doesn't mean correct. Shouted? No. Stood? No. Applauded means clapped. You cannot see, you cannot find hints every time, Sometimes you should know the meaning as well. Applauded means clapped. She agreed to marry him because of avarice. Avarice. This is noun. Love. This is both noun and verb, but here let us take it as noun. Hate, no, this is verb. You can't. Hatred, yes, this is noun. Greed, this is noun. Do you marry someone because of hatred? Is that possible? No, not possible. So it's wrong. We've got two options, love and greed. Now you have to see the meaning. Does avarice means love? No. Love, affection, compassion, they are synonyms. I have not heard avarice and love as synonymous. So you can guess. This is not correct. So avarice means greed. She agreed to marry him because of greed, because of wealth, because of money. That's all. Now, he has an aversion to work. Aversion, this is noun. Liking, verb and ing. Of course, when you add ing to a verb, it's a noun. Intention is also noun. Willing is adjective. Got it? Intense dislike, this is noun phrase. Okay. So, aversion to work. You should know the meaning. Aversion does not mean liking. It doesn't mean intention as well. So, aversion means intense dislike. He has an aversion to work means he has an intense dislike to work. Now, let us see the next one. She was baffled by the multiple road signs. Baffled. Let us see. Baffled means confused, correct? Confused means perplexed, correct? Perplexed means nebulous, correct? So all these three words are synonymous. So what's the answer? All. Here what happened means, sometimes the students are so much in a hurry that as soon as they find the answer, they just, tick it, or they just think this is the correct answer. If you find the correct answer right in option A, don't jump into the answer all at once. Read other options as well. Read other options as well. Because confused means nebulous, it means perplexed, so all of them are correct. So, hint is, don't jump into the answer without reading all options. The soldier was commended for his bravery. So remember the word bravery, an act of bravery, brave work. Bravery means courage. So condemned, it means hated. Dear students, I've been telling you that you should know not only the right answer, but why the other options are wrong. Then only you are confident in the examination. So condemned. Condemned means hated. Condemn, that means to hate. No, you don't hate anyone for bravery. This is wrong. Awarded and rewarded, they are same. When you give a prize, that is an award. So, if awarded were correct, rewarded also would be correct. So, they are synonymous. Both are wrong. So, what's the correct answer? Lauded, praised, commended, lauded, praised. So, this is the correct answer. Got it? Next one. He tried to conceal his identity. Now, reveal is the opposite of conceal. Conceal, its opposite is reveal. But we need synonym. This is wrong. So, veil, yes, veil means to hide. Veil means to hide. So, veil and hide, they are synonymous. That is why our answer is both A and B. So, veil, conceal, and hide. They are synonymous. And antonyms to veil, conceal, or hide, that is reveal. I was offended by his curt reply. Remember the context. Offended means felt bad. I was offended means I felt bad. ... This is how you paraphrased it. So, do you feel bad when someone replies in a slow manner? No. Do you feel bad when someone replies you in a slow manner? No, that's wrong. Smooth, without any obstruction, very, very smoothly. So, smooth answer, smooth reply? No. When someone answers you quite faster, when someone answers you quite faster, when someone replies you quite faster, do you get angry? Do you feel bad? No. So what's the answer? Rude. I was offended by his curt reply. Means I felt bad by his rude answer or by his rude reply. This is how you can guess the meaning. You can find the correct answer. As I've already told you, tips and tricks may not always work. Many times you should know the answer yourself. You should have the knowledge of the vocabulary. Now, so is the case here. You failed the exam because of his diffidence. Diffidence does not mean overconfidence. Neither does it mean carelessness, nor does it mean overambition. It means lack of confidence. Diffidence means lack of confidence. The other boys derided him because of his funny haircut. Now let us see this key word or a key phrase. Funny haircut. When someone has a funny haircut, do you debate? Do you make a discussion? No. Do you praise? Wow, what a funny haircut. No, generally we don't do. You don't admire, you don't praise. Do you ignore? Why should you ignore? Do you laugh at? Yes, jeered. So remember, dear students, jeered means laughed at. And laughed at means derided here. So your answer is jeered. The other boys derided him because of his funny haircut. The other boys laughed at him because of his funny haircut. The other boys mocked at him because of his funny haircut. Alright? Now let us see other three examples. The face was detected at last. Let us see the word detected. The face was hidden at last? No. Invented? Is it a new thing to invent? People invent something new. Invent means to find out something new. So that's not the correct answer. Recovered. To recover means to get well. When you fall sick, you can recover later on after medication. So recover means to feel better. To get rid of sickness. This is also not correct. So the correct answer is the face was discovered at last. Now, third number, whether or not he is culpable will be determined by the jury. Jury means a group of judges, a panel of judges. Remember, dear students, if someone is innocent, we don't need to prove. We need to prove whether someone is guilty or not. And the judges should or have to prove whether someone is guilty or not. So it's not the matter of innocence. After proving that someone is not guilty, we find someone is innocent. So judges are there to determine whether someone is guilty or not. So when the determination is made, we find out whether someone is innocent or not. So the primary case here is not innocent, not being innocent, but being guilty or not. So your answer is guilty. It's not a matter of dangerous, nor the matter of thief. Now, let us see another. They prohibited the entry. They prohibited the entry. Permitted means allowed. Allowed means let. All these three options are synonymous. Permit, allow, let. All these three words are synonymous. So, they cannot be correct. This is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, and banned. They prohibited the entry means they banned the entry. Similarly, let us see how we find answers by looking at all options. The last one here for today. C is a very diligent worker. Lazy means clumsy. Clumsy means lethargic. So lazy, clumsy, and lethargic, they are synonymous. Remember, no word can be 100% synonymous. They are near the meaning. So is the case here. Lazy means clumsy, clumsy means lethargic. So these three are synonymous, so they cannot be correct, because if A were correct, B also would be correct, and C also would be correct. So the correct answer is industrious. C is a very diligent worker, means C is a very industrious worker. Remember, only doing 20 or 30 or 50 words, you cannot think that you know synonyms or antonyms. These are only some tips and tricks. Again, let me tell you, tips and tricks may not always work. So, the most important thing is that you must use a lot of vocabularies in context. Keep on watching Education Television. Thank you.